Today, I'm trying. This is actually the brand new Annie's white cheddar shells. So there's two kinds here. There's the regular Annie's white cheddar shells and then the brand new white cheddar shells. You might have seen my video a little while ago that I tried Super Mac. This was Annie's new mac and cheese, which they had. Basically, they had a cheddar one, and then they also had a white cheddar version of Super Mac. I haven't seen Super Mac in the stores, so I need to do more research on this, but I think they discontinued it. I think the Super Mac was not successful, so they released a new version. Honestly, I think if they did that, that was a good move because the Super Mac was not very good. The Super Mac tasted like the noodles themselves were different and the powder was different. The powder was not quite as good, and I think they made it like, it was thinner. It tasted less like real cheese and more like a very processed, just like, I know it's all from a powder, but this at least tastes like, it's got that real cheese flavor. It tasted super artificial in the Super Mac, and also the noodles. I think they might have been like chickpea noodles or something, or they were like protein noodles. I don't know what they did with the noodles, but it didn't work out well. Wait, is this boiling? Yeah, I'm on high heat. I flipped it around so you guys can see from the perspective from which I would cook it. Yeah, but I can just reach over a little bit like that. Yo, hello Mr. Mouse, what's good? Mouse fan enjoyer, Fortnite fan. Cappy, Bash, what's good guys? So yeah, I got the colander all ready. I only got one pot because I live in what's it called? College apartment. Or I only have one burner. I guess I technically could have two burners in a college apartment, but I'm saying I don't have a stove. So I'm gonna have to cook the first one and then cook the second one. Sorry if this is a little bit extended because of that. But I think I'm just gonna try the regular one first. Yeah, I'm gonna try the regular one first and then try the new one second. Now, I really hope this is better than the Super Mac. I'm hopeful it will be. The Super Mac was disappointing, but this says it's now cheesier. And it looks like it's the same, actually, yeah, it's the same amount of calories. And I think the packet's gonna be the same size. So more cheese in the same size. That's a big claim. That's a very bold claim, especially because this was already very, very cheesy. W Pikachu plush, thank you, bro. Oh, it's just barely in frame. I didn't even think you guys would be able to see it. But yeah, I'm a big Pokemon fan. Also, by the way, guys, this is funny, but not that funny because it's actually really good. I love to just take this powder and sprinkle it on, like as a seasoning on a wide variety of things. Literally just any food, I feel like is upgraded by this powder, and this powder makes like one pot of mac and cheese, but it can actually season like 20 different things. Like if you or 10, like 10 or 20, if you portion up this packet, it's actually a lot. And it's very concentrated, like there's a lot of flavor in the small thing. So I like to sprinkle it on. If I have like a bagel, I'll put the cream cheese and then I'll also put some extra cheese on. Or if I'm having like pasta, well, this is pasta, that makes no sense. If I have some red pasta, I'll put this on. I think this would be good on some pizza. I think it'd be good on anything savory. Actually, any savory food. Okay, this will be ready in 1 or 2 minutes. 1 or 2 minutes. How's the Kingpin Keith burger, bro? I actually still have not tried the Kingpin Keith burger. I know I have him in chat, but in real life, I haven't tried the Kingpin Keith burger. I asked around at a few different Targets and they said they don't have them. Which is so weird because Kingpin Keith told me himself that they were supposed to drop like real soon. So I don't even know what's happening. It's whatever though. Okay, let me do a little taste test of just the powder. I'm gonna do a taste test of just the powder first. But I'll save like almost all of it to put on the pasta. Just take the spoon, get a little taste. Okay guys, let's see how the powder is. Really good. Really, really good. This is my favorite mac and cheese. And you guys know I'm a big cheese guy. I'm a cheese connoisseur, basically. Tried so many. This Andy's mac and cheese is top tier. I wouldn't say it's the best mac and cheese ever, but boxed mac and cheese, definitely. You just can't beat some mac and cheese. It's like it's not fair. I think baked mac and cheese. Like if you just get fresh pasta, even if it's a boxed pasta, but fresh pasta with like a wide variety of cheeses, especially some like aged cheeses or some smoked cheeses in there with a layer of panko breadcrumbs or something on top, or some thicker breadcrumbs even, popped in the oven to bake. Oh my god, especially around, I usually have, like, my family will make that around Thanksgiving time or Christmas time or both. Yeah, that baked mac and cheese goes crazy. But this is insanely good. And honestly, the powder on its own, I would definitely get judged for this, but I would eat this on its own. I don't know about the health of eating a cheese packet, so I probably wouldn't do it that often, but the taste is so good. Oh yeah, Wendy's is releasing that SpongeBob meal. I saw that. I'm actually really excited. I'm vegetarian, so I can't eat it, but I'm definitely gonna check out, what is the shake? It's not a kelp shake, but I think the shake is related to SpongeBob. It was like something peachy, I feel like. I feel like it was an orange or red shake, which I don't know how that would relate to SpongeBob. I feel like they should have done a kelp shake. I don't know. And then, were the fries special too? I think it was like a 3-part thing. They had the Krabby Patty, and then there's more, I don't remember. But real missed opportunity. Actually, no, I think it's not a completely missed opportunity because they did a really good job. Like, this is a great collab that Wendy's is doing. By the way, I think it's about time to pop the noodles in. I'll give it one more minute. But Wendy's doing the Krabby Patty meal is so cool. I really love that. Honestly, I think it's surprising that more restaurants like don't do collabs with cartoons, because eating food from a cartoon is so fun. It just makes the experience like so interactive and cool, and I hope we see some more cartoon collabs or just show collabs, because when they cook up something delicious in a show but then it's not real, like, so many people are craving that, especially with the Krabby Patties. But the missed opportunity I was gonna say is they should have done you know that one episode where there's like the colorful patties? I forget what they're called. Maybe just the colorful Krabby Patties. Though that episode made them look so delicious. I wish they would have released like a wide variety of colors. I feel like the collab would have been even bigger and more successful if they did the colorful patties. Pretty patties. That's what they were called. Yeah. The colorful ones. I love the Pretty Patties episode. Actually, I have not watched SpongeBob in so long, but I still mess with that show heavy. I need to watch some SpongeBob. I used to have the SpongeBob TV back when, like box TVs were, I guess before flat screens were popular. Actually, no, I remember when I had one of these. I think I did have a flat screen in the house, but like for my room, I got it was pretty small. It was like this big little SpongeBob TV, and that thing is so cool. I really wish I still had it, actually. I love that SpongeBob TV. Okay, time to pour in the noodles. Let me set a little timer here on the iPad for 8 minutes. Guys, always make sure to time when you're cooking noodles, always make sure to time it. I mean, time all your food, guys, but some stuff you can sort of eyeball it. I would not eyeball noodles, and if I'm like at someone's house and they're making pasta and I see them not put on a timer, it makes me go a little bit crazy inside. I might not say anything, but it does make me go a little crazy inside, because if you get your noodles undercooked, is not a huge deal, because you can just pop them back on, or even if you don't pop them back on, it's like not that bad. But if they're overcooked, it just completely ruins the whole experience, in my opinion. Overcooked noodles are the worst. I actually probably am overreacting about overcooked noodles, because when I went to a summer camp when I was like 15, no, I was like 13 or 14. I was like 13 or 14. It was this 9-day nature camp where, one sec. I went to this like 9-day nature camp, and we basically stayed for the first 5 days just basically on the campgrounds, and I was with a group of like 15 other people my age, and then for the second half we went on for like 5 days we went on a canoeing trip. So we would canoe for like a few hours with our big backpacks, and then hop off at one location, and then set up our tents there and stay there for the night, and then pack up and then canoe to the next location. Honestly, being like 13, 14 doing this was intense. This was really intense, especially because it was long, it was very physically demanding, and like quite the journey, very intense. And also the mosquitoes were insane. I literally had over 100, I think I had like 110, 120 mosquito bites when I came home, and I was going insane. I have like a genetic what's the word? Basically, I'm more likely to get bit by mosquitoes. So I was having an absolutely terrible time, and they were just rampant there, and there's nowhere to go. Literally for the last like 2 or 3 days, maybe like 2 days, I was just sitting in my bug net. I had a bug net hammock. So I would just lay there, and wherever we were, if we were by the fire, if we were whatever, I would just sit there and zip up my hammock with the bug net, because those mosquitoes were getting to me physically and mentally. They were really getting to me. I was going insane. You're gonna make a TikTok, you'll be back? Okay, good luck, bro. Good luck, bro. Sorry, I got sidetracked with this story. I've been ignoring the chat. Peace, bro. But yeah. Wait, what was my point? Oh yeah. My point with this trip that I'm telling you about is basically I was having a hard time mentally, because this trip was a lot. It was very intense, and the food was also scarce. We had okay, they weren't starving us. We were eating properly, but it was like we had a set amount of food each day, and if you wanted more, you're not getting more, because we had big backpacks and you had to be able to take everything with you. So we packed just enough. I saved all of my treats. Like we got food. No, I don't know, I'm doing quotes. We got like food, and then we got treats. The treats were like hot chocolate packets, I think some gummy worms, some trail mix, some protein bars, some whatever, stuff like that. I saved it all for towards the end, because I was like, I don't even know why. I was just thinking like, I'll enjoy it more later. Like, I don't need it now, so I'd rather have a feast of these treats later. And a raccoon attacked my backpack in the night. The tents were just big enough for us to sleep in, so we had to leave our huge backpacks outside the tent by the trees. And a raccoon broke into my backpack and like ripped it up kinda, and then stole all my treats that I was saving. So I made myself not eat them with the hopes of having a big feast towards the end, and then it all got stolen. So I didn't even eat any treats. And the noodles were making me so mad, because basically we had cooking rotations. So like me and my 2 friends would take a turn cooking, and then because there were like some friend groups came together on the trip, so there were like little subsections of people that were friends with each other, so they would let like my group take a turn cooking, someone else's group take a turn cooking, someone else, and we were having ramen noodles one night, and these people didn't put on a timer even though they had the option. They had a timer. They decided not to, and they cooked them for like 10 minutes. And I was sort of like, I had a mental timer going, because I know you're supposed to cook ramen noodles 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes. That's like every ramen noodle. Okay, I don't know about if it's every ramen noodle, but 3 minutes is the time for ramen noodles. And they must have thought it was like mac and cheese or any other kind of pasta, but ramen noodles, you're not supposed to cook them for that long. They cooked these until they were so disgustingly soft, and I had to eat it because I was so hungry, and that was an absolutely terrible experience. So overcooked noodles really get on my nerves. I gotta cook these perfectly to 8 minutes, and then right when it hits 8 minutes, I'm gonna pop it off the heat and put it in the colander, and then I actually eat it in the pot. 1, because I don't want to make more dishes, but 2, I'm gonna eat the whole thing. Anyways, I'm actually gonna eat both of these full boxes, guys. I've only had breakfast today, which is not good, I know, and I didn't do it in preparation for this video. I just decided I was gonna make the video later, but I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna eat both of these boxes. So I'm gonna just put it in the pot because I'm gonna eat the whole thing anyway. Also, I kind of like how it's like, it's just warm. It's like a cozy thing to hold. I'm not gonna hold it right off the stove, but by the time I pour it in the colander, like sift all the water out and then pop it back in and mix in the butter and milk, then it's just warm. And it kind of feels nice to hold it. Be careful with that, guys, though. Owl raccoon, yeah, for sure. I still am really mad at that raccoon. Professor Cheese, do you think Kingpin Keith is sending poison mosquitoes to the Cheese Tavern? I would not be surprised. Okay, if he has control over mosquitoes, I think we're really in danger, because that's absolutely insane. If Kingpin Keith can control the mosquitoes already do enough destruction on their own. If Kingpin Keith and mosquitoes teamed up, that's like the most evil forces in the world teaming up. We are in some real danger if Kingpin Keith can control the mosquitoes. Okay, yep, it's about time. 10 seconds left, so I'm gonna start preparing to take this off the heat. Yeah, I'll turn the heat off. Okay, see you in a sec, guys. Gotta just strain this. Ah! I spilled some boiling water, but it's okay. Hey, by the way, another pro tip, when you're making mac and cheese, I'm gonna get the milk in out butter 1 sec. But yeah, another pro tip when you're making, some hot sauce. Wait, you guys are gonna have to wait on the pro tip 1 sec. Okay. The pro tip when making mac and cheese is, there's no way I forget. I got up too many times. Also, this is too hot to grab, but I don't want it here. Oh yeah. You gotta strain it very thoroughly. These noodles have a lot of pockets to hold water, so when it's in the strainer, make sure to shake it around a lot, because the water loves to hide in here. And the more water you have in here, the less milk you can add, because if you put in too much liquid, it's just gonna mess it up. So you want all the liquid in here to be milk. It's gonna retain that heat still, but shake out all the water. And I don't even measure it because I've made this so many times. I can just eyeball it, but I would recommend measuring. It's just on the box how much you add, because if you add too much or too little, it will definitely mess up the texture. I mean, it's gonna be super good still, but I think it does elevate the experience a significant amount to have the proper amount of milk and butter. And I am a person who likes to err on the side of, whoa, this butter is firm. I add a little bit more butter than they recommend and a little bit less milk. Just personal preference. Okay, now we're gonna add, actually no, now we're gonna stir, because you want to get the butter like melted in here, and the milk, I mean, the milk mixes in like almost instantly, so that's not really a concern, but you want the butter to melt, and this to be like just a sauce. Well, it's not really a sauce because it has no flavor, but what I'm saying is you want it to be all mixed in thoroughly, and then add in half the packet. You don't have to do it this way, but this is how I like to do it. I add in half the packet, and then I'm gonna sprinkle half of it on afterwards, and not mix it in. I'll just mix it a tiny bit because I like those chunks in there. I think it makes the mac and cheese a lot better. You've been living in fear of his power. Yeah, Kingpin Keith is terrifying. You got a lot of mouse coins, bro. I need to add some more stuff you can do with the mouse coins. Okay, yeah, mix in half of it and then pour the other half on top. And then I would just give it like a 1 second mix, because you don't want this powder to be straight powder. You want it to get like wetted, but not mixed in. Again, this is just personal preference, really not something you have to do. But the other stuff I've said, you do really want to do. Okay, I'll give it a second stir. That's it. And then you get a really good bite on the spoon, or on the first bite, because the spoon is covered in like a ton of cheese. And I was showing you guys earlier, I like to eat this literally straight out of the packet. It's really good. So a big bite with a lot of cheeses. Pretty good. Okay, tasting the regular Annie's mac and cheese. Tasting the regular Annie's mac and cheese. Mmm. So good. So insanely good. This is, in terms of just all foods, how I rate it, a 9. It's really, really good. In terms of boxed mac and cheeses, it's a 10. And I guess I'm not leaving room to say this is better if I already say this is a 10. But I think they could both be a 10. I don't even know. I mean, this is a perfect mac and cheese in my opinion. So this could also be a perfect mac and cheese, but regular Annie's mac and cheese, in terms of boxed mac and cheeses, 10. In terms of all mac and cheeses, 9.5. In terms of all foods, 9. So on average, it's a 9.5, guys. There we go. Now, oh, you're here from the Insta story? What's good, bro? It's cool to see some new people coming in as well. Oh, I just realized I probably shouldn't have made it in the pot, because yeah, I'll just have to wash the pot. I'll just wash the pot when I'm finished here, and then I make the other one. This is so good. And actually, I thought it'd be a problem a little bit to eat both boxes, but I'm so hungry. I'm gonna be able to smash them both. I also got, to spice it up a little bit, just some hot sauce. I usually don't put any hot sauce on. If I'm gonna add any extra toppings to my mac and cheese, sometimes I'll do pepper, just black pepper, not salt. Adding salt to this would be crazy because it's already insanely salty. but it adds some pepper, maybe just some mixed Italian seasoning. Any various herbs would be good in here. Yeah, hot sauce sometimes. I might throw in some like crackers, goldfish, pretzels to add a little crunch to it. I might, yeah, but I usually don't customize it too much. It's good as it is. Your delegates and you from the Mouse Bureau of Investigations have been looking into activities in the criminal underworld. Kingpin Keith has agents in China, and they're expanding their operations. What are they doing in China, bro? Hot dogs or bacon? Well, I'm vegetarian, so I've never had either of those. I've actually never had meat in my life. But there's vegetarian versions of basically every meat, and I'd have to go with, on their own, bacon. Bacon is way better than hot dogs, but a hot dog loaded up with lots of really delicious toppings is better than bacon. But honestly, okay, on its own, bacon is better than a hot dog. But if you can add stuff to it, I think a fully loaded hot dog is really good. And like a pizza with veggie bacon on it or something, or a sandwich with veggie bacon is really good. I think one of my favorite sandwiches in the world, oh, I gotta keep eating. One of my favorite sandwiches in the world is like a sandwich. It could be on bread, but like it's best on a bagel with egg. I like to put on veggie bacon and avocado and cheese and hot sauce. Yum. Delicious. Oh, and cream cheese. No! Wait, who'd they capture? Yap Dollar. Who was Yap Dollar? And Little Larry? I feel bad for Little Larry. They better not do him like they did Tiny Top Tim. Oh my god. Forcing him to eat ketchup? That is so evil. That is extremely evil. I added too much milk, guys. It's liquidy and I don't have any chunks left. It's just a little bit liquidy. It's really good though, so. Well, I didn't become a vegetarian. I've always been vegetarian. I've never had meat. But my family just was vegetarian, so they didn't give me meat when I was little. But when I was 7, they gave me the option to choose if I wanted to start eating meat. But I mean, they didn't cook meat at home, so I would just have it if I was eating somewhere else with a friend, and I just sort of stick to it just cause it's what felt normal and it was convenient. And also, yeah, that's mainly it. But at this point, I do love animals a lot. I do really love animals. So it feels wrong personally for me to eat them. Like it would make me feel guilty and sad. Actually, less guilty, but more sad. Like I would just be thinking about it too much. Like, oh, what did I do? What did I do? But also, I don't care if anyone else does it, like at all. Like it's super chill. And I definitely understand why people like to eat meat. I've considered it a lot of times. Sometimes I've considered it because it seems like there's some stuff that would taste really good. And also sometimes I've considered it because of health reasons. Like particularly fish or chicken, or I'd say fish or chicken would be the things I'd probably eat, and I've considered because they are generally pretty healthy, and I think chicken looks more delicious than fish. Sometimes fish fish stuff looks good. I think a lot of steak looks really good too. I love watching videos of people cooking steaks. They look very delicious, and I think they're just fun. It's like a fun thing to cook. Okay, guys, I'm halfway done. I'm halfway done. Yum. Okay, I'm getting impatient to try this. So I'm gonna take a little taste test of the packet. Just the packet. Let me see what this is about. I'm hoping it's like different, but not too different, because they already had a good thing going here. The vegetarian friend of yours said to start eating fish because of his job at he was a tour guide, so he had to eat fish. Why? Hold on, what? I think they did their thing with this. I think the new Annie's mac and cheese is better. This is really good. I'll say it definitely is cheesier. Or it's definitely like stronger in some way. I think it's definitely saltier. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting it saltier. Cheesier, maybe. Yeah. It's stronger. It's cheesier and it's saltier. Let me see how the sodium compares. In the new one, it's 5. Whoa. Okay, the whole box of this one has about 1,300 milligrams of sodium, which is it's over half of what you're supposed to have in a day. It's a good amount. So with both these boxes, I'm getting over 100% of how much sodium I'm supposed to have in a day, but it's whatever. Okay, this one has about 1,100. So it actually does, the new one has more sodium by a little bit, but I feel like they increase the sodium by a little bit, they increase the flavor by a lot. So I'm excited to see how it turns out when I actually put it on the noodles. Yeah. Delicious. Also, I'm drinking out of a Tupperware container because I actually do have clean cups, but this is a solid large amount of water. It just holds more than my cups, so I kind of mess with it because I like to drink a lot of water, and if I find myself refilling it a bunch, it's kind of annoying. Bro, why did your friend have to eat fish to be a tour guide? Was he like working at a fish restaurant? Or fish? I don't even know. Yum. Delicious. Okay, 2 more bites. Or 1. We'll see. Yeah. 9.5 out of 10 overall. 9.5 overall. This is so good. I'm gonna go wash this out and then cook up the second box. So this is the new one coming up soon. Oh wait, let me try this feature. I think I just learned how to do this. Can I hit add? Will I go away? I don't even know how to do. It's okay. What? Bro, why did it, I turned it sideways? Okay, that's weird. Okay, I'm gonna pick up the second one. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this whole thing because I'm feeling not super full now, but not super hungry. I don't know how ambitious I am to finish a whole second box. We'll see, we'll see. I'll give it my best shot. I'm gonna pop this back on high and I'm gonna cover it this time so it cooks faster. I think that's the move. By the way, guys, I'll show you a little sneak peek of the mouse of the day. Actually, I should have dropped this earlier. I should have already dropped this, but I was kind of stressing because I had 2 exams today. I had 2 exams and I think I did really well on both of them. So that's great, but I was just studying nonstop. I stayed up really late last night and then got up early to study more before I went in for exams, and then took a nap after I got done with the exams. So I'm just catching up a little bit right now. I need to post one of these today and then I'm gonna record the other one so that I can edit it and post it tomorrow. I always try to do it a day early, but I fell behind a little bit. But guys, the mouse of the day for today is Water Polo William. He's a mouse that loves to play water polo, and he's on a team and he's very good and he competes in tournaments. So Water Polo William is a great water polo player. I mouse with him heavy. He's not really the kind of mouse that gets into trouble. He's not a controversial mouse of any sort, but he's very chill, and I think we could use some chill mice after, Kingpin Keith, Conman Connor, Mind Control Mo, Ominous Olivia. The list goes on. We've had some very off-putting mice recently. So just to go back to a very solid, regular mouse that loves to just do his thing. He loves to play water polo. I think that's very relieving, guys. Sneak peek for tomorrow. Ice Cold Ivan. You might think that he's uncomfortable, but he actually just loves a cold climate. So Ice Cold Ivan he's very cold. A lot of the time he's covered in snow, and he loves to ice skate, play hockey, and yeah, basically that's what he does most of the time. Water polo William is more the type of guy who likes to play water polo. Ice Cold Ivan likes ice skating and hockey a little bit more, but they're both some sporty mice and just some chill mice, which I think we could definitely use for a change again. Yeah. Okay. Let's get ready. Oh. Why did I think that was going to be boiling already? I'm getting impatient. I feel like drinking milk out of the jug is underrated. I don't understand why there's such a stigma around drinking milk from the jug, because I feel like it's only gross if you're a person who backwashes. And if you're a person who backwashes, that's the gross part, not like your lips touching the milk jug. When I drink from the milk jug, it all gets into my mouth. And if there's a little bit, like some tiny amount of germs from my mouth touching the edge, that's not gross, because you can drink out of a cup and then drink out of it again. So I think to drink out of this and then put it in the fridge, which keeps things at a temperature to not let bacteria grow, that's not a big deal. Also, I'm the only one drinking out of this. If I was at my family's house, I'd pour it in a cup, but I'm the only one drinking out of this, so it really do not matter. But oh, by the way, guys, this powder already is way better than the Super Mac. I should have had a box of Super Mac to do 1v1v1. This is just one box versus another box, which is cool, but I wish I had the Super Mac as well. The Super Mac is not good though, it's not any real competition, so I guess like these are more worthy opponents. By the way, guys, do you mouse with the shirt? The cheese is my weakness and my very strength. I need to get some more mouse clothing. I think I have 5 pieces of mouse clothing. I have this shirt, I have 3 more shirts themed around cheese or mice, and then I have a mouse onesie / costume from Costume Clearance. Yeah. Bro, please cook, please. Also, I might, I'll probably stream later. I'll probably stream again later. I think after this, I'm gonna hop off, record Water Polo William and Ice Cold Ivan, hit the gym, and then come back and live stream for like an hour or 2. I'll play Fortnite, I think. I've been having fun with Fortnite recently, playing competitive 0 build. I actually have had my skill go down so much in Fortnite in the build mode since they added that sprinting feature, which might sound like an excuse, but they make it so that you like they just added a new important keybind, and I kind of have to have that like super sprint bound to the same button as my edit. So like there's so many keybinds in Fortnite. There's an insane amount of keybinds already. So for them to add another important keybind, I just like have to press an uncomfortable button to edit. And that little change made my skill go down so much, I swear. Yo, Mikey, what's good, bro? Just comparing the two kinds of Annie's mac and cheese. They just dropped a new one, which is fire, actually. They dropped a new one like a month ago, Super Mac, which was not good, but I think they replaced it with this. It's called Same Great Quality, Now Cheesier. I don't think they should say same great quality, because yes, it is great quality, but it's not the same. This might confuse some people into thinking like, oh, it's like a reduced fat version, or like a just like a rebrand, or like a, I don't know. They should say just Now Cheesier. I think that'd make more sense. Same great quality makes it seem like it's still the same. It's still the same in some ways, which makes it kind of ambiguous or confusing. It is the same, but they don't need to say same. Like they upgraded it, I think. Yeah, here we go. It's ready. Time to set the timer for 8 minutes. Exactly. Can't be overcooking these noodles. No. And now as my stomach has set a little bit more, I'm starting to decide that I won't not in fact be finishing both of them. I'm gonna do a taste of this and then pop it in the fridge for later. I'll probably be hungry again after I work out, but I can't eat 2 boxes back to back. Is it crazy? Is it crazy to eat a whole box of mac and cheese every time I make it? I feel like it's kind of weird for them to say the serving size is 2.5, because like realistically, who is eating this much of a box of mac and cheese? Or like who's eating, yeah, a half or a third? It's not that much. And it tastes really good. So kind of crazy for them to say that the serving size is 2.5 in there. Also something interesting, most noodles don't have anything covering them. It's just the noodle. But box mac and cheese, a lot of the time, and this one does, it has, I forget what it is. I think it's cornstarch. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's cornstarch they put on the outside of the noodles. It's not in the packet. It's just with the noodles, they toss a little cornstarch in around them so that, one, it helps them, if there's a little heat in like the transportation vehicle for them arriving to the grocery store, if they start to slightly melt, or just if foods get hot in general, they can sort of start to combine and get misshapen and stuff. So one, the cornstarch helps them stay dry and separated, but mainly when you pop them in the pot, it helps them stay separated. So the rolling boil will do that as well, help them stay separated, because it gets stuff moving around. And if it starts to sit, the bubbles will just pop it around. It doesn't have the option to sit. But also, the starch in the water helps it definitely stay separate. So even if you don't want to stir, like a lot of noodles, you do gotta stir. And when they say keep stir, or when they say stir occasionally, you really gotta do it, or they might stick to the bottom. Honestly, if you pop your mac and cheese noodles in, you can just stir them once, right when they go in, and then you don't have to do it anymore. They won't stick because of that starch, which is very nice. You don't finish the whole box every time either? Oh, I was saying I do. I was saying 2.5 servings is crazy because I'll definitely finish the whole box. But I don't think I could finish 2 boxes. Yeah, that's understandable though. That's understandable not to finish it. I get that. Oh, also another thing. When you drain this, wait, am I telling the truth? I might be lying, but I'm pretty sure after you strain it, a little bit of the starch stays with the noodles, like it sort of just Yeah, a little bit of the starch stays with the noodles, and it acts as an emulsifier. Although, no, maybe that's not true. I think you only need an emulsifier with like fresh cheeses, but they probably have a bunch of cornstarch in here. An emulsifier though means it makes the cheese turn to like liquidy, sort of without problem. And if you've ever cooked mac and cheese with fresh cheeses, you might know if you keep it on the heat for any amount of time, like if you have the heat on with the cheese, it will get messed up. Like just the chemistry of the cheese gets totally ruined if you keep it on the heat. You gotta take the noodles off the heat and just let the residual warmness melt the cheese. If you actually cook the cheese and it has no emulsifier, aka you didn't add the starch, that cheese will just get, it will be cooked, but not in a good way. It'll be gross and you won't want to eat it. And it'll be sort of stringy in some parts, and it'll be overly liquidy in some parts, and it'll just be not pretty. This is all new info about making mac and cheese. Yeah. I have a little bit of insider knowledge on mac and cheese because I'm a big cheese fan. Also, I love to watch cooking videos all the time. One, they're just fun, but two, I also love to watch them while I'm eating because I feel like it makes my food taste better. I actually used to want to be a chef for a long time when I was younger, but now I just like to cook for fun and for taste, I guess, but not for a job, because I found marketing more interesting, but I still love cooking. I know I'm just making mac and cheese here today, but I do enjoy making some fancier stuff sometimes. How much time we got left on the timer? Not much, huh? Okay, minute 30. Also, I think this is my first IRL stream. Yeah. Well, I guess it's not technically IRL. Maybe it is. I'm sitting on my couch in my room, so I took like 10 steps back from my desk to my couch to record here. But I've only done the streams on my webcam before, so this one's on my phone. I think it would be fun to experiment more with some IRL streams. I would do the gaming still. I would do the watching documentaries or YouTube videos still. But I think also doing the IRL streams is quite fun. Okay, got a minute left on here. Wait, what's this sorcery? I just got an iPad very recently. I'm still figuring out all the features on it. And apparently I can open up multiple tabs. Not like in a browser, but I can open up multiple apps. That's kind of crazy. They're helping us like brain rot Max. So I could watch TikTok on one tab and YouTube on the other tab and Netflix on the other tab and play like Pokemon Go on the other tab. That's kind of funny. Probably the only reason it's not on phones is because they're too small. Because the iPad I just got is older than my phone by a little bit. Okay. Time to turn this off. Whoa. I'll be right back. I'm gonna strain this. Ah! Okay. Here we are. How do I move this? Oh, it's hot. It's hot. Okay. Just move it to the side. Please don't melt, milk jug. This thing is really hot. Why is it hot on the edges? It's not even the plate. Ugh. Okay. Time to pop in the butter and the milk. I'm gonna add slightly less milk. Honestly, just a tiny bit of milk. What? Why did it splash all over me? That's like when you try to wash a spoon in the sink and it just sprays all over you. I think it hit the inside of one of the noodles, like the concave noodle, and it all shot back at me. That is so weird. I don't even know if enough got in here. No, I think it's fine, it's fine. Okay, now butter. Yeah, and I like to add a solid amount of butter. Oh, it got softened up a little bit from sitting out, that's good. Okay, and then I like to pop the butter towards the bottom of the pan, one, so it gets cooked by the heat of the pan, and then I like to layer the noodles on top of it. That's just so it can melt the quickest. Also, softening your butter is a great way to make it not take quite as long. And I'm gonna pour in half of this packet and mix that up, and then save the second half to lay on top, and I won't really mix that in. That's just how I like to do it. So mix this thoroughly. Or I guess it really doesn't have to be thorough, because I'm gonna not mix the top part. But yeah, let's give this a try. I'm so excited. It was actually really good when I just tasted this powder. I think they did their thing. This is way better than Super Mac. I love Annie's mac and cheese so much. Okay. If this is good, this is gonna be life-changing because I eat this stuff so often. It's amazing. Ooh, smells delightful. Oh my God. No way. No way. They outdid themselves. Annie's, I gotta hand it to you. This new mac and cheese is so good. Let me give it one more bite and I'll give my rating. I think this is solidly better than the original. And the original was a 9.5. It was so good. Oh my God. Yeah, that is delicious. It's like, it's got, it's definitely more salty. It's quite savory. It's very savory. I mean, I'm vegetarian, so I can't really say this with any accuracy, but it almost tastes like, no, I shouldn't say it tastes like meaty. It doesn't taste meaty, but it's quite savory. And it's really done masterfully. Yeah, this is amazing. Taste, I wish I had more descriptive words. I can't even put my finger on it. It's definitely cheesier. It's cheesier. It tastes like higher quality cheese. That's what it is. It tastes like the cheese in this is like, it's like aged or smoked or a little bit of both, or, I mean, I'm guessing it's not because it's just the powder. But this cheese tastes so good. 11 out of 10. Oh my God. Oh, try it with the hot sauce. Okay. And I'm about to end stream, guys. But thanks for watching. And definitely check out this new Annie's mac and cheese because it's so good. I'll be live later playing Fortnite in like 2 hours probably. Okay. Peace, bros.